Ice running through my veins.
You just did it again. Go, 'cause I can be your friend. I'm cold, but this is not the end.
It is only the beginning for Kaleen. Are you ready for your interview?
Yeah.
Let's do this! Deb and Adaremi, Wiwibloggs.com. It is only the beginning, but it's also very interesting because you have such a long history with Eurovision. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but let's start from the very beginning. Kaleen. This is not even your name, right?
It's not. No. It's a stage name that I chose for myself. And actually, when I got to the point of okay, what stage name am I going to use as an artist? There was only one option. It was Kaleen, because when I was younger, with my sisters, usually I played like casting show, American Idol, something like that at home. And always when I was a singer, I always wanted to be called Kaleen. I don't know where I picked that up from. I was 4 or 5 years old. And it was always, I'm Kaleen, I'm going to sing, I'm Kaleen. And later on I checked and it was still free. So there I am.
Destiny. And what did your sister choose?
Well, we always had a Sandy. I feel like we had a Lucy because No Angels were big at that time.
No Angels. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They actually went to Eurovision for Germany in 2008. Did you know that?
No, actually not.
Oh yeah.
No.
They had a song called Disappear, which came dead last. But it was... It was a big hit in Germany.
Okay.
I was a fan of No
up.
Angels as well.
Yeah, of course, they were great, and also every single artist from that pop girl dance era. It was also Britney Spears. Everyone was dancing. I was learning the original choreographies in the dance school from all of those artists. So it was a great time.
Choreography is something that you're excellent at. The world knows that, but people don't actually know that your first singing experience, you were less than 2 years old in your father's studio.
Yeah, I grew up in a house where my dad had a recording studio on the first floor. We did a lot of Schlager, Volksmusik stuff there. But yeah, he had the glorious idea of just put me in front of the mic, give me a book, and I was singing the book.
And you were completely unstoppable from that point.
Probably, yeah. I always went up there when I was not in the dancing school to play. You know, soundproof, big, you could run around. Sometimes there were a drum set in there. So.
And your father was like the lead star in a reggae band, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, he did both. He did Schlager and reggae, which is also
How does that even...
an interesting mix.
You must have grown up with lots and lots of sounds.
Exactly, but also that's why I love every genre of it, because I could not pick just one. I just chose dance pop because it's what
Techno pop, girl.
Now it's techno pop. Yeah.
Techno pop,
But when I
girl.
started, so there was always music running. I now when I look back on all of those videos, there was always music there. I fell asleep to music.
And even your grandmother, right? She composed like hundreds and hundreds. I want to say thousands of like original compositions, right?
That's true, yeah. Very, very known in Austria and Germany at the Oktoberfest, for example. There are always songs of hers being played. Everyone...
As people are topping up their alcohol intake.
Exactly.
You know, they're singing to grandma.
Exactly. Typical Austrian culture. Yeah, she did that. And therefore, yeah, it was fun for me to, after a professional dancing career and singing as a hobby, have that full circle moment of actually writing my own songs and everyone asking, well, did you learn that from your grandma? And I was like, I don't even know how to play an instrument. I learned it all myself. So it's just fun now to look back on that, knowing that I grew up in a musical household, but actually found my way back.
Yeah. I would actually say improved on what they did, because we were in a hairdressing salon last night. Sinan was having his hair washed. Oh. And then on the screen came Kaleen modeling for... I'm like, no, it's not her.
Yeah,
so like you model too.
Yeah, I model. Yeah, I basically did everything that was connected to a stage.
Just like unbelievable. And modeling is actually a really strong point, because you worked with Rankin on your visual concept. Now, he's a big deal in the UK. Can you tell us how that collaboration came about? And Oh, it's just amazing.
It is amazing. Yeah. So setting up our team initially for the Eurovision journey, we just wanted a really international approach to it. So we thought out of the box. We said, okay, let's just reach out to people who are already where we want to be at. And yeah, so we looked for a way to contact Rankin, and we found his email address on his Instagram profile and just went for it.
You know, he's photographed like the royal family, the Queen.
I know, yeah. In his makeup room, the Queen is hanging like huge on the back wall. So you get your makeup done and the Queen is smiling at you.
But then you're the Queen of We Will Rave, right? So in some ways...
It connects.
It does connect.
Oh, thank you.
And
Yeah.
you've worked with, well, certainly Jimmy Joker and Thomas Stengard and Andrews. I mean, like, these are just greats who've worked with very successful Melody Festival and Eurovision. We're talking Lady Gaga, Enrique Iglesias. I mean,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It really is crazy that now I'm just among their list of people they've worked with, along with so many other crazy artists that are already out there doing exactly what I've always dreamed of doing. It's such a, it still feels like a dream sometimes.
And you know, because we're actually going to talk about Kaleen's CV, because people don't realize you've been in the Eurovision family for a long time and you've done various aspects of Eurovision. I mean, it's quite exciting in a way. It was almost like, did you think actually back then that this moment will come?
I probably wished for it. There was a wish somewhere, but I was probably a little too shy to actually approach it, like speak it up, say it out loud. So it took a while, and life just hit me when it was the right time. Also, talking about last year, for example, I really wanted to be in Eurovision very, very badly last year. And people were already getting my hopes up, and everyone was like, oh yeah, this is the perfect time, you're going to make it. And I was so disappointed. I was.
Oh, because the song wasn't chosen, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Who did Austria last year?
Who the hell is that guy? Po. Exactly. Yeah, we went down that road and it was perfect. And also now I know it was perfect.
Was
also
it a serious song? I'm trying to guess what kind of song.
My song?
Yeah, last year.
Last year, my song, it was called "Oh You Pretty." Like, I don't ever owe you pretty. It was very cool. It was more Barbie Kaleen than Rave Kaleen. And I loved it as well, and I still do. Maybe someday this will see the light of day.
I mean, you say Rave Kaleen. I see your music video and I'm just like, okay. I mean, I'm single, so by watching it, I'm not cheating on anyone. But like, it was about, how do you stay focused during the shooting of that? I mean, like,
very funny. Well, I think sometimes I'm very much in the zone, and also you have to say that Rankin and the team made an extremely, extremely excellent job on the cut, on the post-production as well.
I want to see the offcuts. I mean,
yeah, me too. I just remember like that one moment on the car, for example, the model before we started the shoot, he was completely oiled up. And after that, he went back into the dressing room, and the other models were like, where's all your oil? And I'm like, probably on my jacket.
Oh, my God. We shall keep that.
Very funny. And also now watching it back, there are some moments in there that I absolutely don't remember doing on the set. It's very crazy.
How long was the shoot?
12 hours.
Oh, wow.
12 hours. It was just one day, and it was...
12 hours of perfection. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I'll invite you next time.
Please, I need to be there. Actually, but one thing I've been invited to is your farewell party.
Yay. So glad to have you.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited to be a part of that. I mean, it's... there's so much to talk about. Like, my brain is jumping like, oh, no. We need to talk about stripping feelings. And yeah, we need to talk about stripping feelings. Yeah. Title, but it's also a song, right?
Exactly,
it's the album title, but it's also a song.
It was the very first song that I wrote for the album.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it just happened like that, and you know, the album got to be the album because I did not go to Eurovision last year, because of that decision. I was like, okay, what am I gonna do then? Okay, I'll just make an album. Where do I start? I'll just contact songwriters or not songwriters, producers via Fiverr. and that's how it all got together.
Because you're also a songwriter, right? So you did write some of the songs.
I wrote all of the songs except
all
for
of
one.
the songs.
Yeah.
But We Will Rave is now on the repackaged version, right? Or is it not?
We Will Rave is just out as a single for now. Yeah.
I thought it was on the repackaged version of Stripping Feelings.
Yeah, no, not
when I go on the
on Spotify.
Apple Music actually I use.
Yeah.
We Will Rave seems to be listed on the.
Yeah, it's a little weird also because up until We Will Rave, I was working alone. Like I made my own label. I did all of the distribution things myself.
Wi-Fi Records, honey.
Exactly. And with We Will Rave, we got Warner on board, and there were just problems with the release, and that's why I think some things were put in the wrong places.
It works for me.
You find it. That's.
I mean, it works for me, and it's just really exciting knowing that you wrote all those songs actually, and it does actually explore a much broader. Not all the songs are like boom, 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 boom techno.
Yeah.
So it gives a much more varied flavor of your artistry.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm not just the rave queen that I got to be right now. I'm coming from a different place. Also, I usually approach music in a way of okay, what would I want to dance to, and then okay, what would I want to say, which is mostly something sexy, something confident, because that's
we like the sex. We like the sex.
That's also how I feel the most confident. And but then also life has its emotional side. So there are 2 ballads on the album as well. I love ballads. One of the songs I actually wrote about a situation not I was in, but my sister. So I also love that side of music. So you get everything because I grew up in a household where we had everything. Probably.
Yeah, and there was a lot of folk music on there. But you sing in English and not German, actually.
Exactly, yeah. And throughout my career, or trying to build up a career, I was asked, well, would you not rather sing German? Because probably it might be easier to get that acknowledgement from Austria, at least. But I always decided not to because it did not feel authentic for me.
Oh, okay.
And therefore, I always, stuck with English. Also in school, all of my notes, everything was always in English, so it just feels more natural to me that way.
You speak it so fabulously.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Native speaker right here. I tell you what you also do so fabulously. You respond to situations in the most... Did you know that our girl had a wardrobe malfunction?
I think everyone knows by now.
I'm sorry. And you were just like, I thought, oh, she's popping a different body lock. What's happening? But no.
What's that new choreography?
Yeah, it just kind of, what?
Thank you. Yeah, it was the only choice I had at that moment.
I would have gone off stage. I would have been like, bye.
Yeah, no, that did not pop up for a second in my mind. Of course, time froze. And I was like, okay, now I have to do this like this. I actually wanted to use both my hands, but now I'm stuck in this position. So, okay.
You had to think on your feet in a way, right? You had to kind of...
They were on autopilot. I feel like. Yeah, and then I was just like, okay, holding it here. And then I was like, no, I can't really dance that well here. So I'll do this. But then I think I ended up doing this again. Yeah, because then I could use my elbow and do choreography with this arm again. So things were happening in there. But yeah, in the end, it was all positive. And I still remember that moment as something so positive and just funny.
I know, and I'm glad we can all laugh about it. I mean, Janet Jackson would have, she had a very, very different outcomes. Very, very different. Your Eurovision journey also has been quite exciting in the sense that you've managed to cover quite a fair bit of ground. Malta was a mistake. But then it was it? Because actually that plane never made it to Malta, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. But now, the last months apparently were a little crazy.
So for those of you who don't know, so Kaleen was scheduled to do this big promo tour in Malta and somehow never made it on that plane. Never made it to the airport because the roads were colliding. I mean, there was just like a lot of drama happening. Poor girl, she was crying in the back of a car, but that plane never left.
Exactly like that. It happened exactly like that.
What a story.
We'll make a movie out of it.
I think
Kaleen trying to go to Malta.
I know. Would that be the title though?
Well,
what was it?
you can tell us your titles in the comments.
Oh, I like that. Interacting with her fans. But she did make it to France, appeared on France television, made it to Greece, made it to Serbia, right? Made it to Germany. You're flying to London tomorrow.
London tomorrow, yeah, and then it's Malmö time, finally.
Wow, Austrian Airlines, miles and more, clocking it up.
Take it all in.
I just want to quickly explore your Eurovision timeline, which I've got in this press copy of All Singing, All Dancing, All Fabulous Kaleen. I know your friend is already hinting there's a better copy to show.
There's a
Bring it, girl. But then I wouldn't know what page I've marked. But anyway. Oh, I like this. You're not getting this back. You are not getting this back. Oh my God, you are so sweet in here. No, I want to search for your Eurovision timeline of when you first started. I believe you started in 2012, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was actually.
I read the book.
Yeah, you came prepared. I was on the Austrian National. Yeah, it's right there. Austrian National final selection TV show. I was a dancer in that show.
Can you imagine?
And it was my very first television job.
Oh, really?
That I've ever had, yeah.
Wow. And it was Eurovision related.
Yeah, and that's so crazy. And Conchita became second that year, I think.
Next to Track Shitted.
Exactly.
How does that even happen? She had a song called That's What I Am, That's What I'll Always Be. I don't want to be silent.
I remember that, yeah.
Stuff.
Such a good song.
Oh, I love that song. Oh, we're going to talk about some of your favorite Eurovision songs. And then in 2016, you were a stand-in jury member.
Yeah, also of the national final selection. It was just,
Who
for
won
rehearsals.
that year? Zoe.
It was Zoe, exactly.
Want to see. Oh my God, exciting! And then, that was when I realized that Eurovision is something big.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny you realized that in 2016 when you actually hosted it in 2015 in Vienna?
I know, but when it was in Vienna, I was at a world championship in Croatia.
Oh God, isn't that amazing?
Yeah, so I still remember my roommate asking me, well, do you want to watch Eurovision? Because it's actually in Vienna. And I'm like, I'd rather go to the after party of the ceremony.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I can't even say that.
And in 2018, you were a stand-in singer.
Yeah, that's when it happened.
Oh my God, for all these countries.
Yeah. Yeah.
That means you have to learn all the songs, right?
Exactly, yeah. And Serbian and Slovenian. It was Hvala Nene.
Oh yeah, Hvala Nene.
Yeah.
And then in 2020, Vincent Bueno.
Yeah. He was going to go to Eurovision with Alive Again, but then COVID happened. And then he came back the year after that with Amen.
Can you remind me how that song goes?
Don't make me feel alive again, alive again.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, you did Junior Eurovision too.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, what's it like working with those children?
The best. It's the best production to work in, really. I completely fell in love with this production. Doing Spain and Bulgaria in my very first year in Paris, and then doing Spain again the year after, and being a stage director there, it was a dream, really. And
that's another talent we didn't talk about, because that's a completely different discipline.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I feel like for some reason it comes natural to me, just because I just love kids. I think I'm aware when I'm on a stage of all the things that could happen, of cameras and stuff like that, so I can really explain to the kids, okay, be careful, there's where the stage ends, this is a close-up camera. maybe on this thing you can look into this camera, because then you know you can connect to the audience, you can have your moment and stuff like that, and just make sure the kids have the best time on stage and don't even think about it's a competition.
Kaleen, you're amazing. And you know what I've just realized? That there's a long line of people waiting to interview you, so I won't take up too much of your time.
All good.
2 requests. What is your Pinterest account? And do you have a message for your...
I got asked this question in an Instagram live thing, and I don't know what it is about. Can you tell me what it is about?
You don't have Pinterest.
I do, but I don't have like this account thing.
Where's your media team? We need to fix this. You have so many disciplines under your belt. People need to tap into your mood boards.
All right, that's okay. I always thought it was just for myself, like to brainstorm, but not for other people to become a part of that.
Eurovision is about opening up. You can't keep it to yourself.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. I will.
Share. You've got to open up. You've got to build bridges.
Yes,
you've got
unite.
To feel your heartbeat. Unite us by music.
Exactly.
And creative direction and modeling and singing and songwriting.
We will do it.
And raving.
Do
you have a message for your fans?
Well, just that I'm extremely, extremely grateful for everything that has already happened, for all of your support. I can really, really feel the community growing and becoming stronger and stronger every single day. So thank you very much for that. We also have a Raver Zone, by the way. I don't know if you're already a part of it, but we have very exclusive content there. For example, rehearsal footage and stuff like that. So sign up to that if you haven't yet.
And she's got a merch shop too.
Exactly, yeah. It will be online, or it is already online.
We know. Sinan Sadula has been ordering items.
Wow. You're prepared. That's great. I'm just so grateful for all of your support, really, and I hope I get to meet every single one of you one day, and I hope that we can rave together one day.
Amen to that. We'll see you later. Bye.